Alright, we are live. We are ready to race, mostly. Let's bring the pylon up then. Let me just make sure there's nothing in team management we had to do, because I don't remember if I checked at the end of last stream or not. Doesn't look like there's anything new going on. No. Thanks. Nothing was on that update screen. Okay. But before we race, this time I'm actually going to double check my sponsor goals. Average finish 35th, and ahead of Jimmy Means. That's mostly what we're worried about. Okay. I believe I could just quick select, I think. I think there's only one of each option. Yep, and everything's pretty much down to base 50 car. That's okay. In case you can't tell, I have a wheel hooked up, and we'll be racing today. Which, I only ran a couple laps of Daytona just to make sure it worked, so I don't expect to be very good with it yet. So this is going to be a bit of a getting used to it process, maybe. Because I noticed the dead zone was a little bit weird. Also, I feel like I don't get full turning. Which, oh god. Yeah, see, like, I'm off center. Hold on. I need to reset the wheel is what it is. Hold up. I need to turn it all the way each way and make sure it's set up. Because I noticed the dead zone, like, the center is offset if you don't do that. So, like, I went to straighten the wheel out and I was hitting the wall down the backstretch. I forgot to cycle it through. Hey man, what's up, CT? You're usually not here at the start of the streams. Welcome to the beginning of a stream. Oh my god. Okay, I need to jam the brakes is what I'm not used to with this setup. Yeah, no, that's gonna be... How was that not last? I was all over the place. Alright, so... Dad's car up. Oh. Okay, well, hold on. I need to not use the throttle. I skipped the MRN stuff. I need to not use the throttle to go through menus because it will hit more than once. So it is what it is. Where is my pylon? There it is. I mean, you guys could see it. I couldn't see it. Okay. Alright. Oh god. It's so weird playing this with a wheel. But I love it. Except I just have to remember to brake like mad and not like iRacing brakes. I'm gonna wear out the spring in my brakes. What up, Z? Welcome. I don't think I've seen you in chat before. Playing some 1990 NASCAR Thunder 04 with wheel and pedals, which I swear it's not letting me turn all the way. That could be a problem. But again, we are early career as well, and this car's rating is terrible, but I didn't think the AI would be this fast. Did I have them set correctly? They shouldn't be quite... I know I'm slow right now, but they shouldn't be quite this fast. Oh, you've been watching the VODs? Cool. This is... Hold on. I need to make sure I didn't accidentally... Because I was testing other stuff. No, they're still year one. Why in the world are they so fast at Richmond? Because I'm about whipped. I might have to go back and look at what my lap times were previously, because it might be the wheel. As I said, I don't feel like I'm getting full turning to the left here. Like I'm just careening to the wall a lot. No, I think it's just I'm not used to braking like a madman on wheel and pedals. I'm used to using the brake like, you know, normal, where you don't want to lock it up. But this, you just mash it and hope. I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting my full steering or not. It's hard to tell. I'd have to like hook a controller up and take a screenshot of the in-car, because I'm turning the wheel as far as I can, but it seems like it stops a little short of what I'd expect. Maybe that is how much the driver arm you see. Anyone know what a, like, in the crappy car at Richmond, what a lap time normally is here? Because this is atrocious. We did get our butts handed here in the spring, I know that. Oh god, I'm just missing every corner because I'm not used to... Maybe I should make the clutch the brake on my pedals so I don't have to fight the spring in the brake pedal. Although that'd be weird too. Alright, this is really bad. I'm gonna reset us here. Alright, hold on. Let's... Yeah, no, this is let me hang on. Let me change my view.
Said I didn't think the PS2 version was programmed for analog gas and brake TBH, even though the PS2 had all pressure sensitive buttons.
So this is with the controllers disabled and a USB wheel set up. So this should be wheel controls correctly done for the game, and they seem to be okay except for, I don't know. Let me bring up my old video from Richmond. I just want to see what my fast lap time looked like, and if it is something similar to like a high 21, let's say, then we'll keep on keeping on. But, well, I'm gonna reset and drop the AI. I don't know why they're so fast, because they shouldn't be that fast. Richmond was the first stream, wasn't it? Did we get to Richmond in the first stream, or was it the second stream? Looks like second stream. So that's Atlanta. Richmond should have been... Wait, or no, that's Rockingham. I thought Richmond was second on schedule in 1990. Maybe it is on the first stream. Well... Yeah, there's Richmond. Okay, a high 21. Okay, so we're doing the right lap times, but they're just crazy fast. So I'm gonna drop them in the tool. They're at 145%, which actually doesn't sound right. Maybe I messed this up. Should I put them at 195? 95. We'll aim there. Because there's no way they're this freaking fast. There's no way.
Said so it has specific wheel controls. Didn't
Yep.
know that.
Okay. Alright, let's regen. And I'm going to restart the emulator entirely. Drop that off. Go back to the regular view here in a minute. Alright, I won't skip MRN this time either. Yeah. The cheats menu. Oh, I didn't shut them off. Yep, one more time. I didn't see, that's weird. On this start menu, I didn't press any buttons. Like, I didn't hit press start. It just went in when it was done loading with the wheel hooked up, which is really odd.
Said make sure to set steering to 180°3 PS.
Yeah, I actually dropped it lower because 180 seemed off as well. I'll put it back up to 180 and then see how that goes, but let's see. Oh no, I have it at 180. I thought I dropped it. I guess not. All right. Let's slow it in. Get my other stuff set up while we're waiting here. Oh, it actually already is. Okay, cool. Let's turn off the speed up. I think I just had the AI really fast. I don't remember what the default's supposed to be, but I thought Richmond was 100 by default, but then I saw when I set up, I saw 150, 145 or whatever, or 150 or whatever it was, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, I guess they were slow at Richmond, but no, they actually, like, now that I think about it, I don't think they were slow at Richmond versus default. Okay, this feels okay enough. Alright, let's, oops, that's not, I don't know where my buttons are because wheels and pedals. Alright, let's qualify again. We'll probably end up qualifying way better because I didn't have the wheel like calibrated right. I was smashing the wall and everything, so it was bad. Now this actually feels like it's responding properly now. I think I had something, yeah, I had something messed up because I had a weird like little bit of dead zone going on last time. But now it seems okay. I still have to get used to braking like mad though. That's just a me thing. After running sims and being very properly tentative on brakes. Alright. Well, that's about where we expect to be with a crappy car, so I'm okay with it. Alright, let's, oop, that pylon didn't work. Why didn't that work? Uh-oh. My pylon! It broke it. Alright, we'll let MRN do their thing while I'm setting up. If it doesn't skip it with the wheel this time. I mean, it's not so far.
This is a fast track, even though it's less than a mile. Richmond's smooth surface gives the drivers plenty of room to maneuver and make clean passes, but you'll still see a fair share of bumping going on out there.
The 12 car seems to always have a bad finish in the short tracks.
I do think he's going to turn things around. These guys have been working hard to make that car more competitive. C64 Sports got to keep it out of trouble. said so in control, similar to the N64 games I played with the wheel.
I
believe they have a good chance to turn their luck around right here. These guys have been working extra hard this week, and I think it just may pay off for them in the end.
The 77 car is going to be a force for the championship with his impressive
What?
finishes.
What?
That's amazing, isn't it? This guy's finishing in the top 10 week in, week out.
He is?
Makes him hard to beat at the end of the year.
He got one random top 10. Maybe that was the only race he ran, and MRN's like, he has 100% top 10s. That's funny. Oh god. Too much wheel to start. No, Ken. Don't worry about him diving turn one. I dove turn one. We're 3. We're not 3. Don't lie to me. Or are we 3? He gave room like we were 3. No, we weren't 3. Alright, they're at least, like, comparable speed. Oh god. Oh god, the dive. I'm gonna end up making a lot of rivals with the braking. And of course we started at a short track. I do like that under braking it properly gets sideways on entry if you turn, oh god, if you turn the wheel a little bit. I just got sandwiched. Alright, so far though, I'm definitely slower than I was with the controller, but I think once I get used to it, we'll be better off here. No, you know what? The 21.9, that was... What did I turn in the old Richmond race? 21.7? Yeah. We're not too far off. Although we're still going backwards, but not like, I mean, I at least have a chance at keeping with the pack. And again, we do a terrible car, so like we're practically flat 50 for a rating. We're a week or two. I think we're one race from some parts and 2 races from other parts, so we're a week or two from way better equipment. We got Jerry O'Neill in this, Ted Musgrave's back there, Mike Potter's back there. Ooh, that was a little drifty. It's funny, I was saying it had a weird like little dead zone to it. Now it kind of has like a weird the opposite of that, like no dead zone. It could use a little more. Alright, as I get used to this, I should be able to get faster than we were in the spring race, because I feel like I have a lot more control here. Although, doing this enough and then going back to something like iRacing is going to be really weird for a while.
Said your car is slow AF.
Yeah. Yeah, we're dead last now. I don't know what happened to my difficulty offsets for the different tracks, but obviously my Richmond one was way off. So I might have messed that up somewhere when I was testing with different builds and code and stuff, and just overwritten the file. After the stream, like, you know, off camera, I'll probably look at what I had them at for the spring race and just drop a little bit from there, and that'll be whatever I use from here out for Richmond. Because that's the thing, this season the ratings I have the AI at for all the tracks, the offsets, like, you know, whether it's 120% or 80% or 100%, what their ratings are, to make them faster at tracks they're slow at, slower at tracks they're fast at. Like, I think I still need further tweaking yet, before running this season, but I'll probably glance back at the results and see how I ran and adjust a little bit. But next season, though, we bump them up to their year 2, which makes everybody a little bit faster than year 1. Not by a lot. So the way it's supposed to be is default setup year 1, you should be able to run around 35th if you have them set up in the right range. And then year 2, actually, I didn't really set it much. I kind of guesstimated from one year to the next and figured the car upgrades will kind of offset that anyway. But default set, excuse me, default set year 1 is kind of the benchmark, and that was, you should be able to run around 35th every week. So the fact that we're running last with a crap car is not, I have them too fast yet at Richmond. If anybody's got their mod tool around right now, can you load it up and see what Richmond is set to? Just out of curiosity. Because I still feel like I'm wrong in what I thought it was. I gotta roll this center a little more. But I'm so afraid of missing the corner like I have been on entry half the damn time. I mean, we dropped the last really quick, but also I could still see all those guys. They're all still kind of right there, so I mean, 100 laps is a long way. If I'm okay on long runs and start to figure this out a little more and get more consistent, we could probably get a few back, or maybe get a few back. But if I keep missing the turn like I just did going into 3 there, we're probably not. But that was a 22.4. Like, that was so slow. I mean, yeah, we're a little bit further on tires, but it should be quicker than that.
C64 Sports said it seems like a good way to do it, if possible, would be have the back markers run around the player's slow speed and the front runners run the player's faster speed. Needham said, hey AJ.
Yeah, Z64. What's up, Needham? The thing is, we can get the AI to go. There's a couple nuances with that. One is the AI changes speed based on your car rating, so that makes it a little tough. Two, we can set the AI to go faster than they've gone in the core original game. I can set them to higher numbers, and they go faster. Trust me, I tested. But the downside is, if I set them to that full range of the front guys run that crazy fast and the back guys run as slow as you are in the first year, then the field spreads way out, way out, more than we want. And that was a moment. So I don't like to put that big of a spread on the field because they already spread out plenty. So, oh god, we're drifting in. So I want to keep that spread the way it is now. It was just that I need to figure out track to track what the offset should be so that you run about 35th. I have it wrong for Richmond, obviously. But I don't know why my Richmond was saved at like 150 or 140 or whatever it was. Like, that's ridiculous. Because we dropped it down to like, what did I drop it to, 90 or 95 or something? And we're slow.
Said so it'd be good if it was the 70s instead of the 90s, basically.
To have the bigger spread? No. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I guess that'd be... I guess it would be, because you'd be getting people lap more and stuff like that. You're not wrong. It'd probably be more accurate then. But the hard part is I can't really make it, like... Not currently. Not till we figure out where the final driver ratings end up, because we know that there's other ratings I don't know about. And I have been hunting them and failing to find them. I was thinking of maybe hitting up some experts as far as people that understand the debugger better than I do for the PCSX2 to try to find out where exactly those ratings end up. Because I've tried to chase it and I have no idea. But if we can find where they are, then we'll have like full control of the AI speed and final ratings, like way better than we've imagined. Oh, Chad Little blew up. And he blew up like right after pit entry. I'd say I'd like a yellow, but I don't feel like I've figured out what I need to figure out to go faster. And I apologize for starting you guys off with a boring race by having the AI too fast at Richmond. But, I don't know, maybe something more like 80% or 70% would be correct for here. Jesus. Sorry, Tim. He was wrong. Oh, no, he didn't like that. He gave me the bump. Oh, and I missed turn one big time. Hey, Tim's still in the top 10. Look at that. He didn't fade this time. My dad's in the mid-20s. Or low 20s. So that's good. I see the in-game scoring is wrong on how many laps down I am. Honestly, with the pylon, I might as well shut the leaderboard off. We don't really need it now. Oh, Ricky, I'm sorry. Okay, I only barely brushed him. He didn't even get mad. I also just realized we're like almost out of fuel. Nobody's pit yet. Get one more. Actually, are we gonna be? Yeah, no. 33 is the split you want, at least. So we don't even want to come in this time yet. Trying to get out of the way of D-dubs back there. I can't even hope for a yellow before we pit because like we're gonna be one of the first people to pit. Excuse me. Us being lapped is the only reason we're gonna make it on this. We're gonna run out like coming around the pits here. Yep. Oh, it's gonna really slow us down when I don't know what button changes my view now. Okay, that one. It's gonna really slow us down when Daryl drops in. Yep, parked us. All right, let's see if our crew can do anything, because I sure as heck can't right now. Oh, my pit stop sign got replaced again. I'm gonna dump that while we're sitting here. Dump textures, okay. Alright, well, the pit crew did better than me. I was reaching for for the stick shift there. Like, it's iRacing. I'm like, what gear do I want? No. It's up and down. Oh, look out. Gant and Musgrave got together. As Musgrave was trying to pit, Gant was coming out. Wheeler knocked me into Gant. Gant spun out. Even though it was the 26 car in half of the cuts.
Neto said, I see you finally got the right pick road.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, the pick crew did good, but they only do good when it doesn't matter. When I'm running terrible, pick crew does great. When I'm running good, pick crew does bad. You know how it is. Okay, I need to not be drifting the car immediately because that's going to end badly on the long run. Jerry O'Neill's for position there in front of me. We actually made up ground on that round of stops there. Oh, Trickle ran really slow off of 2 there. Checked up. I keep missing turn 3 really bad. Hey, we hit a 79. So I'm probably slightly less consistent with the wheel than a controller right now, but which is really funny to say. You'd think it'd be the other way around. But it's just like years of playing this game with a controller versus trying it with a wheel for the first time. It's gonna be a step backwards a little bit. Alright, I focused for a lap. Let's see what it did there. Still an 8, but we're a few laps in anyway. Who's winning right now? Bill Elliott out front. Whoops. Line second. Oh, this is like the front right here, pretty much. Ugh.
Neto said I need to figure out how to hook up my wheel to the game honestly.
I'll show you guys real quick. I was gonna make a separate video. I learned thanks to somebody on Reddit that posted a little short video of them playing the different. They said like playing my childhood favorites with a wheel, and I was like, what? Because at first I was like, oh. Dirt to Daytona, NASCAR Thunder 03, like, okay, yeah, the Dolphin emulator supports wheels just fine. That's pretty straightforward. But actually, this emulator supports it too. Just it's not as intuitive with which game needs which setup and why it does or doesn't work and how it does or doesn't work. So it's actually really easy, but I'll show you guys that. Just remind me after the first race here, and I'll show you. I kind of showed it a little bit, but I didn't explain the details there at the beginning of the stream. Oh, bad braking. I am a roadblock right now. Excuse me. Go ahead, Mark. I'm holding HUD up though. Dale Jarrett, the 29 behind us, little drifty. Poor Hut Strickland. Oh, he scraped the wall too. If it wouldn't mess the results up, I'd literally drop out. Alright, man. All good. Hey, we're gonna ride it out.
C64 Sports. Said I've had an Xbox connected and been playing Heat 2002 on it. That game has the same gameplay as Dirt to Daytona, just no career mode.
Yeah. I don't think I ever played the console version of Heat. I know it's not much different than the PC, but I played the PC one a lot. It needed more depth, I'll say, but Dirt to Daytona did that. Man, if there was a PC release of Dirt to Daytona, oh my god. As much as people modded and loved and played the crap out of NR03, if Dirt to Daytona was a PC release, or Thunder 04 for that matter, do you know how many mods would exist for both those games because of how much easier it is to mod PC games? Like, I mean, yeah, okay, there is Thunder 04 on PC, but it sucks. It's different engine, different physics, different, like, all the things that made Thunder 04 actually good. But, holy crap, if either of those two games got released on PC, we would have insane mods out there. And honestly, I'm not sure why a lot of companies like that didn't release on PC, because I feel like, I know there's extra work obviously, but like I feel like it was easier to take a console game and get it to work on PCs than it was to take a PC game and get it to work on consoles at the time. Nowadays they're the same damn thing practically, and it's not hard to, it's not super hard to port them over depending on the game, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like, man, if I could like see an alternate timeline where Dirt to Daytona had a PC release, like, couldn't imagine. Because the PC version of Heat had tons of mods. I think it still is getting modded here and there.
C64 Sports. Said Thunder 04 looks like it's just an evolution of NASCAR Revolution on PC TBH.
Of NASCAR Revolution? What trash are you smoking? Thunder 04 is good because of the career mode and because it doesn't have shit physics like a lot of the more modern NASCAR games have. Like, the problem with all the new games is like either the AI's dumb or the physics are dumb or both, or like some of them have people running up front that are like literal start and park teams. It just had no life to it, or the career mode sucked, or they didn't have one for some games, I guess. But woo. Sorry, Dave, he didn't even get mad. He must have seen me drifting into one.
C64 Sports. Said I mean the PC version of Thunder 04.
Oh yeah. No, Thunder 04 was on the ISI engine. It was made by... Oh, come on up. Uh-oh. Labonte. Okay. Well, I think I'm one of the... Yeah, I'm the only person on my lap. Dang it. Yeah, no, the PC version is atrocious. It's a whole mess of a game. But it is on an engine that, like...
Gaku Beast 2016 said, "Oh, good, I arrived to Death Satch."
Yeah, you got here just in time to see me struggling. I mean, I've been struggling, so I guess it doesn't much make a difference. Like I said, I would literally intentionally just quit this race right now, seeing as I have the AI like way wrong for us, but I don't know. Part of the thing is to ride it out, and because it messes up the finishes.
Gaku Beast 2016 said, "GL on tonight's stream though."
Thanks. Excuse me. My coughing this past couple weeks has been bad. Okay, so here's the thing. That start me in 4th, and then the whole field's all checked up because they're single file on the lap cars. So we can't. Oh God, why are we parking? We can't make it on one stop. We still have to do 2, just barely.
Said, "I imagine it's like 15 to 20% too high then."
Yeah. Oh God.
C64 Sports said, "I remember having fun with the old 90s games, but they are a bit basic for sure."
Yeah, true. But yeah, so I had them a little bit too high for Richmond. What happened is I had the wrong number saved in the tool from the spring race to now. I have a completely wrong number there. So I looked at it and I'm like, that seems wrong. And then we started the race and I got blown away and I'm like, okay, it was definitely way wrong. So I just kind of guesstimated and I went too high. And we have like the bare minimum car, so we literally need the AI to be down. Like if we had one of our good cars right now, we'd probably been able to do a little better. But so the good news is now with that yellow that I stupidly brought out, people had to pit after me. So there's going to be a chunk of time where if another yellow comes out, we'll be back in the oh, speaking of, there almost was right there. We'll be back in the mix. So it's not the worst thing, but the bad news is we still have to make 2 stops or at least get a splash of gas near the end of the race because we barely made it 33 laps the first time. Actually, with how much we're lapped, we might make it on 1 now. It's gonna be tight, but I didn't think about that. So I don't know, we might be back on sequence here. And we have fresher tires than the people that haven't pit yet, which is good. Which is the only reason I'm staying ahead of Wilson after pissing him off when he checked up for everybody pitting. The line of cars that were pitting together. Alright, so we'll try to pit. We'll literally just pit as late as we can on this run. And then just see if we can make it or not with getting lapped enough. We should. I think with us getting lapped enough, we should be able to. I didn't factor that in when I was thinking we were short. I don't know. We'll be close by like 1 lap, I think. But even then, like, running out with a half a lap to go is better than pitting and taking a splash of gas. It's still less time loss. So if we could make it that far, I'm still okay with it. We'll have to see. It got interesting now. My mistake there in getting into Terry and spinning out, it kind of just, on what lap it fell on, made it interesting again. As long as I don't loop it into 1 on my own again. So things I've learned with a wheel instead of the controller is I have to brake harder than I think I need to because, you know, iRacing habits versus this, and gets loose on braking. He just pit now. He was running about 23rd for a while, early in the, like, maybe around the third mark of the race. He was still 23rd. I think at short tracks, for some reason, like Tim Richmond and my dad's ratings, or anybody who's got values that have the extreme offsets, at short tracks they seem to be closer to accurate than bigger tracks, and I don't know why that is. So their ratings seem to work better. Whatever the calculation is for short tracks, they don't, you know, however they coded it, they don't have as much specific code that modifies it than the other tracks. Which kind of made sense. I think that also happens at the super speedways, because I know my dad did really good at Daytona. Their very first race, he was leading it pretty late at one point. I mean, I think there was a pit cycle or something. Or did he blow up that race? Now I don't even remember. My God, my memory. But he was up front, like, I remember at either Daytona or Talladega, he was up front, so I don't know. It seems like short tracks and super speedways, the ratings work better. Actually, now that I think about it, that if I can't find, this is, you just inadvertently gave me an idea. If I fail to find the final driver ratings, where they're calculated and where they exist in memory, so that we can properly manipulate this everybody to what we want them to be. If I end up not finding that and I'm getting tired of the hunt and decide to try to give up, what I could do is change it so that every track uses the short track rating calculation, and just set that to whatever race you want it to be. And the reason I say that is, like, if it calculates it a certain way for the speedways versus calculating it a certain way for the short tracks, and the short tracks seem to be more accurate to what the rating should be, then if I change my tool code to treat every track to change every track to a short track, then it'll use, I'll have to change the output so that it puts their ratings out in the short track slot for everything, for whatever track you pick. But then that should alleviate some of the variance we're seeing. Or there's just different drivers that are completely offset on short tracks and I didn't notice who yet. That's also possible. I'm sure it's that way for road courses too. Ooh. Dang it, Mickey. Literally chopped me off and then jammed the brakes on into one. Oh wait, we don't need to. I was saying about one more stop. We're going to try to make it. We're not going to make it.
Thing reminds me of how much EA games usually are in general. Like in Madden, for a bit it used two different engines for franchise menus and gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, the ratings, they tried to go intricate with it, and I like that, but we've learned, Nikes. Gotta watch hitting the throttle because it does the menus too. That's actually gonna help us, but I don't like to do it that way. I've been getting loose on a brake in the whole race though, pretty much. The first run it didn't though, but I was also missing the entry completely. But no, I was gonna say the way they do the ratings, it's good, but there's some secret code that I don't know about, because there's a speed stat, aggression, and all these different stats, and then there's a short track, speedway, super speedway, road course stat, and those stats are what we're setting correctly to what we want them to be, and that seems to affect it to some extent. But what we learned I mean, you watch the VODs. What we've learned is that certain drivers, like Dale Jarrett and Greg Biffle, are two big examples. Jarrett always runs faster than he should versus ratings, and Biffle runs slower than he should versus ratings. So whatever drivers we slot in as Jarrett or Biffle, and good job. Who's the front tire changer? Ty Thunder, no surprise. Ty. He's made lots of mistakes this year. I mean, it didn't hurt us. Doesn't matter. Oh, God. Okay. I never know where to have the wheel on the start when we start in the corner. But yeah, so there's a couple drivers that just get offset. Oh, of course my dad's stuck an extra lap down. Is he going to hit us? Is he that mad? I don't even know if he's that mad. That's not the right button. That's not the right button. That's the right button. Okay. He's just barely not mad enough to hit us. Good to know. But yeah, there's a
64 Sports. Said not saying it was bad. Those PS2 Madden games were the best of the series.
Oh yeah.
Just there's a couple things that are overly complicated.
Yeah, I'm just saying the part that doesn't make sense to me is like somewhere there's extra coding going on because I do not understand the point of it because drivers have the ratings. Like, why would you offset the ratings? And there's another way I have to maybe alleviate it, but it would take some actual original database manipulation, and by that I mean like actually editing the ISO, the database in the ISO file. I know how to do it. I feel confident enough to do it, but I don't want to resort to that if I don't have to, because then that makes it more complicated for the average user. They can't just run the tool and have the results. They also need to, if they want the proper output, they also need to modify the game. Because my thought for the workaround is there's, let's just say there's 100 drivers in the game, like as a max. It's a little more than that, but we don't usually have 100 drivers in a pack. So if we take all the guys that exist in the game, obviously there's code that says like if it's Dale Jarrett's driver or car, that it's modifying him to be faster than his ratings. So what I'm thinking is if I change everyone's driver ID to be, in the database, to be a non-existent slot, one they didn't use, or a number they didn't use, then there shouldn't be extra code modifying their ratings. It should just be generic code that sets their ratings. So beyond what's in the database, which is the one thing we can control. So that's another approach I thought of as far as solving it. But that still leaves us with the more limited, because the AI speed's based on your car rating too. And I'd like to eliminate that. I'd like to skip that and just make it like, this is how fast the AI is, regardless of what your AI rating is. Like, you select the difficulty, and that's how fast they're going to be, is that, expected amount at every track or whatever. I want to make it to where it's easy to just, you set it up once and you've got everything you need. You just tell it, you tell the mod tool, hey, I'm going to this track, and then it just, everything else works itself out. But we're a ways away from something like that. And like I said, the core thing is I have to find where, oh, that was for position. I need to find where in memory that the final ratings end up. Oh god, we only have like 2 laps to go. And I got fresher tires, and I'm now missing the corner because I'm trying to go hard. Oh, Bobby Hillens for a position. I wonder how my dad got lapped extra. I mean, he was the back of the chain that pitted, I thought. Or no, he stayed out then. Yeah, I don't know how, because he was running 23rd when I looked early-ish. Completely missed 3 there. Oh, don't kill him. I almost stained my Wrangler jeans with some Snickers. That was a good dive. Thanks, Dad. You're lapped. Let me go get some spots. Well, we're going to fail our sponsor goal. I see Jimmy Means way up there. All right, they're back. They're really backing up 3, and I can run it into 3. Oh, Dale Jarrett's back here. I was holding him up when he was lapping me, I thought, earlier.
Gokubis 2016. Said Shepard top 5 holding. C64 Sports. Said I have some theories going through my head about the ratings still. Gokubis 2016. Said Neil P25 Miracle.
Whew. Yeah, no, Z64, like, you know, message me some thoughts, man. Like, if you have ideas for approaches.
Said GGS.
Caution laps in this one.
Well, that was good news to the guys who ran out front. More cautions would just have meant more restarts, which is more chances for you to lose positions.
The Sears Craftsman car finished towards the back of the field in this one.
Well, all the guys on that team worked so hard. It's a shame they
Did better than I thought I would, though. It was worth running out.
Unfortunately, we're out of time.
Oh, there was the pit entry.
So long. We'll see you next week at the Dover International Speedway.
No, Morgan Shepherd finishing up front is, I mean, that's great because it hasn't happened a lot in our season, but that's not unheard of for 1990. I still gotta, okay, I need to export this texture because I keep forgetting to fix this every week, and the problem is, let me dump my textures quick here. Problem is, I couldn't find my notes where I had that texture name for the XX car, so I could just make it blank so that whoever doesn't have a rival texture has a blank texture. Yeah, we'll go through the standings here quick. I always do.
Gokubis
Excuse me.
2016. Said Mickey top 20 fun.
Wow, Marlon third. Marlon's good at the short tracks.
Said it's mostly about how it possibly originated. I spend all my time watching documentaries about video game development.
Nice. Yeah, I went to college for game dev, so like I'm big into that stuff too. Although, see, I said about certain drivers being better than like, you know, Jarrett's good at the speedways when he shouldn't be versus ratings. Marlon seems to be the driver in the 90s pack that finishes great at every short track. He won Bristol. He was top 5 at Bristol the next time, and he's 3rd here at Richmond. I don't know that 1990 Marlon was that good at short tracks. So I feel like he's in a slot that is a driver that they boosted the stats. So again, even my theory of like make every track a short track behind the scenes and code it to be the ratings we want, I still don't think that'd work. I'll have to check who he is behind the scenes then. But hey, Natum, the Morgan Shepherd being up front, that's not unheard of in 1990. He should have won an Atlanta race.
Said AJ.
But he...
Nedum. Said show us how to connect the wheel.
Okay, will do. Ooh, Tim Richmond got a top 10. Sweet. DW, Kenny Schrader. Yeah, Mickey Gibbs with the top 20, you said. That's the only problem with the pylon. It spoils who's where. You guys all look at it right at the finish, and I'm like, I don't know yet. I find out when I go here, unless they're somewhere near me on track. Ken Reagan with the top 25 as well. Derek Cope outside the top 25. He's another one. Like, he's been up front in top 10 in a lot of the races we've run, which is what his ratings are for 90. And I'd have to look at his short track ratings to see, but yeah, like, you know, he might be one that they coded to be slower than normal at short tracks. We finished right behind the King. Again, apologies for my coughing. I've had a weird like thing for a couple weeks. I can't help it. I don't have a quick mute button or anything for the stream, so apologies.
C64 Sports. Said first theory is possibly an old ratings system from a beta that wasn't completely removed, and the second is its EAS way of trying to do variation to make things not 100% the same each race.
It's not the variation thing, because it's very... They have a variation stat that does give variance, but not like we expect. Ooh, our garage changed. I hit the money. I hit over 500,000 in the bank. That's what it is. That's driven off money. Spoilers. Let's save, because you said about do a save state just to be safe, but we'll also save on the memory. I don't know what button is R1 on my. It's upshift. Okay. let's save our 1990. Speed up the emulator so it saves quicker. Okay, the wheel. So let me cover how to set up your wheel real quick. Again, thanks to I'm gonna bring up my Reddit on my other screen so I could thank the guy on the video, because I mean, again, I might make a little separate video that just covers this really quickly, but I did not figure it out on my own. It was straight up thanks to that guy. Can you... Thanks, honey. I appreciate it. But you... Okay. My wife brought me a drink and some Ludens to maybe help with my my throat, and inadvertently, like, threw some things off my desk to make room for those. Because I have my keyboard all out of whack for the wheel. The wheel takes up a lot of space. Okay, hold on. Okay, the guys... Here, I'll even show his YouTube page. How about that?
Gakubees 2016.
This guy.
Said happy 500 subs.
Racer McSpeed on YouTube. He has one... Sorry, you can't see that because of the pylon. Hold on. Thank you for that as well. You guys really helped me get there too. Racer McSpeed, who has 1 subscriber, he showed just gameplay with a wheel and posted that on Reddit. And I asked him, like, because I was like, oh, Dirt to Daytona, Thunder 03, yeah, you can do that on Dolphin, but he's Thunder 04. I was like, what? So I asked him how to do it, and he was more than happy to explain. So under controllers, there's a couple steps. You have to select not connected for the controllers, or else it won't pick up the wheel. And then USB port 1, you select wheel device, and you have to select driving force. Pro and Pro this and GT force do not work. You have to select driving force. And then you just set it up. And outside of the sim, put your wheel at 180 degrees rotation or something around there, and you should be good to go. That's it. So it's just these not connected, and this one's set to driving force. And the other thing that's weird is when you configure steering left, like I'm steering left, it's not detecting it. Coming back to center is when it picks it up. So you got to go left, center, and then it'll grab it. So that's the only other funky thing I remember. Otherwise, it's pretty straightforward, and that's it. That's why I'm like, I don't know if it's worth a video like to show those couple of things. All right, so our sponsors are still good. They're still there. They didn't quit early. Okay, got one more race before we get a new chassis, but we do have a repaired or overhauled engine. Got a while till the other one, and then we have repaired, or no, new built body.
Said thank you, AJ. Gonna try it right now.
Yeah, man. It should work fine. Okay, we've got money right now. I'm going to build another really nice one. We're going to just repair 2 or 4 races. We'll do 2. We'll keep it short. And probably this one's... You know what? We'll overhaul and do 4 races for this one. Alright, that seems good to me. So we're going to have a better car here. Okay. Alright, let's save it again, because we got to reload everything to do the next track. And just for safety's sake, I'll do 2 save states here. Oops, it did not do the save state because it didn't... There we go. Okay, we got a bunch of save states now. Alright, let me load up the mod tool, or actually, I still have it up. Actually, no, I like to reboot it. Technically, go back to basic options should work. I don't trust it. It's my own code. I don't trust it. So we'll fire it up fresh. 1990, load it. We want Dover. And we want Dover to... Oh, actually, no, we want Dover 1 here and Dover 2 here. Okay, Dover I have at 125%. See, I feel like these are all wrong. Is it okay? Let's bring up. Let me go. Oh, you guys can't see my stuff right now. Duh. I switched it back. Okay, now you can see my stuff. Sorry about that. I'm gonna double check what I had the AI at for Dover and how we did in general. If I actually picked the right video. So Dover, we ran about 36th, so we ran exactly where we should have. So what did I set them to? Is the question. Did show it, but where does it have? Oh, maybe I didn't show it. No, I didn't show it. Because it was the first race of the stream. Oh no, I have no way of knowing. Great. Because you can only see down to dockside from that. From my screen. I'll show you what I mean. So I don't know what I had Dover at. However, other than Bristol being 40 in here, which we can fix, I don't think anything's different. Darlington was lower. Daytona was higher. Okay, they're slightly different than what I had then. Dover, I guess I'm just going to leave it because it seemed to work the first time. Okay. Because, I mean, I got 36 the first time we ran Dover.
Said time to guess yay.
Yeah. Alright, we'll finalize. It keeps changing my paint back. No, go to the other one. There you go. And also Dover is 500 miles back then, or 500 laps back then, so it's 125 for us. And let's adjust who's full-time, part-time. Greg Sachs should be in. J.D. McDuffie is in this race. Jeff Purvis. Actually, I think this is where I got a good picture of Purvis's car because he wrecked on the front stretch. It was a good picture that helped for making the paint. So 38 full-time plus us 39. We got I can math. We got 4 drivers that are gonna be fresh. We'll reset the game. Shut the cheats off. I have to watch this because this with the wheel set up, it seems to skip this screen. Yeah, see, I didn't press anything, and it just goes right into the game. So you have to load the cheats. Like, I mean, technically you can load them on the main menu, and it should work. So that's why I'm not sweating it. But yeah. All right, off we go to Dover. I'm just for safety's sake, I'm going to manually select. Though it should. Yeah, okay, everything's still. Never mind. There was no point in that. Alright. And bring my live tools over here. My mod tool. Scoring pylon. Select my dad. Show the pylon. Oh. Oops. I shouldn't show the pylon yet because we're not in the race yet. Now I can show the pylon. Alright, let's qualify. Oh wait, I reset the game. I need to hold on. Okay, Needham, if you're still here and listening, you have to turn the wheel to its full extent in the game for it to properly drive the way you would want it to. Every time you reset the game, you got to remember to do that at some point. Wait, can I gas and brake at the same time now in Thunder 04? Because I always played with the right thumbstick, so I could never do that. I'll have to try it. We'll go happy hour then, and I'll try it to see if I could do burnouts and things better. feel like I'm driving a little too tedious for... Like, I feel like I could have went a lot harder there. Uh-oh. Dead last. Alright, well, qualifying at Dover's not correctly set up. Maybe. Or I'm just really bad. Who knows? Alright, can I... Oh, I can gas brake at the same time with... Sick. I mean, it doesn't really... It still doesn't do much, but... I've never been able to do that in this game because I don't use the X and square... Well, I guess I did when I was younger, but...
Winston Cup race. MRN is live here at the Dover International Speedway. So what can we expect?
C64 Sports. Said I've been playing Thunder 04 on Xbox recently, so I've been able to use the triggers.
Sorry, that's loud. Yeah, no, I don't... That's a fair point.
Tim Richmond has a remarkable qualifying average this year.
Yeah, but don't forget, Joe, it takes a lot of people working together to get that car starting in the top 10.
Gokubis 2016.
In
Said Curious.
1992, Kyle Petty enjoyed one of his
That's the
most
future.
Winston Cup with a 5th place points finish.
That's the future.
5 front row starting
Future.
With another fifth-place points finish the next year.
Gokubis 2016. Said Delaware 400 except 500.
Yeah.
One season.
the Sears Craftsman
I don't know what it was called that year.
bottom of the points list.
I need to reset my dad's ally thing.
To be on the bottom of that points list, you'll have to work extra hard to pick up spots. Not an easy task to do.
That reminds me, I have to rename a texture. Alright, we're gonna let this play out a little bit longer. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Actually, no, because I'm gonna have to reset the textures anyway to do that. It's gonna mess it all up. And I don't want to mess it all up right now. Where's my pit box? I dumped it once today. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Actually, that one, and then that one.
Mark Martin, the NASCAR Winston Cup points leader,
Okay.
will be starting from the pole.
I have it set up for later. It'll be we'll get it right for the next race. Go go go! Jump the start.
Said
Oh, that's
LOL.
Off zero. Welcome, 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 dude. Off Zero, you were one of my heroes with all the painting you do, sir. And they're always crisp, like 10 out of 10 perfection paintings, my guy. Like, I mean, I'm not looking for issues all the time, but I don't bother to try to look for issues on your paints because you're always on the ball, dude. I feel like I'm relearning how to race today with the wheel on this game. It's so weird. It's just the braking that I think is my biggest problem right now. To the outside of purpose. Ooh, Petty got loose up there. Did you guys see that? I need Mosby to finish his track textures from the early 90s. I know he was going to do that, but then again, the track textures are weird to replace, and he was having issues with it. They wouldn't dump out in the first place and all that. Because, you know, we could make Dover concrete like, or, yeah, not concrete, asphalt like it was, Bristol, same thing. We could make it look like that at least.
Gokubis 2016. Said Yoips.
Yoips.
Gokubis 2016. Said also no pylon. Me sad.
Oh. I'll fix, thank you. Forgot to turn it back on for you guys. I was trying to show that, okay, pylon and intervals. Which they'll be wrong for, oops, for gas, gas hits the menus. They'll be wrong for like a lap or two, but they'll fix then the intervals.
Gokubis 2016. Said no problem. Doodlebug 5. Said hi, how are you?
Doodlebug, welcome. Got a lot of people in here tonight. Appreciate all you guys tuning in.
Gakabees 2016. Said time.
We could at least maybe have some racing in this one. Unlike the Richmond was just terrible. I mean, I finished at 38th, which sounds terrible, but for running dead last, I'm fine with it. My own stupidly timed cautions helped us. Alright, I'm just fast enough now that I think as I get used to the wheel a little more, I think we'll be able to get this pack in front of us for the most part. My dad's holding everybody up for me. That's what's happening. And Jimmy Horton's back here? Is he going to charge through the field again, like normal? Or are the ratings actually closer to what they should be for real this time? Probably not. If my dad's fading back, probably not. Because him and Tim Richmond fade like nobody's business. Wait, where is Tim Richmond in the field? Hold on. Oh, he's 23rd. Okay. Sorry. I was panicked to thinking that he didn't load. Alright, we're gaining a little bit of ground here, I think. Feels like it anyway. I'm waiting for the week where Mark Martin blows up and loses the championship lead because of it. Because right now he's been kicking butt all year. He just hasn't had any issues, and he's been up front every week. There we go. We'll draft my dad. Oh, that's not the right picture. Oh, you know what? I know why that gets offset. That's somebody who was set as full-time last race. Got set to part-time this race, or vice versa, where it did an extra driver portrait, and it offsets everybody's portraits because I didn't restart the emulator completely. I just hit reset instead of shut down. So the textures didn't reload, and the portrait ID that gets assigned from one driver to the next gets offset. So I figured out why that happens. If I reset textures, that'll fix. But then everybody will be blinky every time, like when we first get near them on the track too. So I don't exactly want to do that. Yeah, if you're wondering why that, if you ever play this a lot and you switch from one track to the next and you wonder why sometimes the driver portraits are wrong, that's why. It's actually, they're correct, it's just the texture didn't reset when you reset the game, which is, I don't know, the texture replacement's a little funky in that regard. But what I should do is on-check load textures after generating, and then recheck load textures, and then reset the game. And that should work in theory, maybe, probably. I don't know. We can try it next time. Alright, so we're sneaking up the ranks here as we go. I'm mostly hitting the lines I'm trying to hit with the wheel now. But of course, last time we were here we got 36, so the goal is to do better than we did last time we were here, because I have more car upgrades now, so we should be doing better. Also, one of the sponsor goals is to beat Jimmy Means, and he's leading this group here, so someone else or something else to aim for. And 125 laps at Dover is a lot. I overdrove the crap out of turn one. Make use of the high side. Diamond this track like it's 2004. Wait, oh. I mean, I guess the game year is about around there.
Ian, Silver Wolf 75, white. Said hello AJ. Have you seen my Impala cot I posted in the art room?
I did. Yeah, I dude, you know what's funny about I haven't brought this up yet, but what was funny about you posting low poly car models is and I know you've been doing them for months, but I was doing the same thing for the game that I've briefly mentioned. I haven't made any yet, but that was the plan, was to do lower poly models for the race team management game I want to do. So we're on the same wavelength, and I really do like the art and appreciate the art. So like don't get me wrong. It's funny that like we were on the same page at a similar time, like without directly, discussing it or influencing or whatever. Because I don't want to hire an artist. I don't want to try to do the high res models myself, and I want a game that like could maybe be ported to mobile someday pretty easily without worrying about how good or bad somebody's phone is. So I wanted to go with low poly stuff too, and because I just like there's an arcade racing game I played I got recently. God, I can't remember the name of it now. Like maybe 4 or 5 months ago I got it on a Steam sale, and I've been playing the crap out of it, and it has all sorts of racing on it, vehicle wise. Oh, Davey Allison blew up. Yeah, it's got all sorts of stuff on it, like everything from NASCAR to sprint cars to Indy style cars to rally style cars. It's one of like every type of car basically, vaguely. It's a very casual arcadey racer. It's got an isometric view, but it has low poly models. It has low poly driver models, and they're, I don't want to say like almost chibi or whatever for the style, but it kind of is a little bit. I don't normally like the chibi style, but the way they did it looks nice with the cars and stuff. Circuit Super, yeah, I think that's it. That's I'm pretty sure that's the game. But that art style,
Circuit Superstars.
Yeah, that art style in Circuit Superstars is pretty much what I want with like in the NASCAR or oval racing world sort of thing. And even that visual, like just the general camera angles and stuff, because it's a management game. You don't have to be, in the car or whatever. Whereas I feel like you're going for more of we do have a little bit of difference. So I think you're going for, oh God, sorry Neil. I think you're going for more of like NR2, NR3 appropriate body style, like where it's simplified a bit. To keep with the graphics at the time, or keep within the processing power at the time. I mean, I could be wrong. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I just, that's the vibe I get when I see your stuff, is I'm thinking like NR3-ish, sort of target, like that time frame. All right, Neil, let's try this again, but cleanly this time. I'll drift my entry. Oh, I still hit him more. Oh, he didn't get mad that time, though. He's not giving up. I cleared him, though. There we go. Well, our goal is to beat Means and to beat our Spring Dover race. Right now we're tied with our Spring Dover race, and passing Means would beat it, so we're pretty much on target to hit our goals as long as I race smart for the whole thing and don't have too bad of pit stops here. We are nearing the first set of pit stops. Oh, why do you guys run that line? Buddy Baker's up in P10. Nice.
Said Buddy P10.
He's another one that occasionally runs way better than his ratings should, but I think he's in a fantasy driver slot, if I'm not mistaken. So I think his is more up to just the random variants than it is specific coding. I could be wrong. I don't know enough for the behind the scenes. You know, I wasn't at EA. You'd have to have worked there when this was in development to know. Oh, God. Oh, Neil got back by us.
2016. Said happy. Ian, Silver Wolf 75, white. Said that's sort of what I'm going for. Basically a focus on fundamental gameplay first, over graphics and technical fidelity.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, I guess I had the right impression of it, I guess, or the vibe your art's giving off is, like, to me, is what you're aiming to put out. So so mission accomplished there, I think. All right, we got a pit next time. Oh, my wrist is killing me. Actually, it's not even my wrist. It's like lower in my arm that's killing me today. And wheeling is not helping any. Alright, let's pit right here. Oh, a lot of people pitting. I should have pit last lap. Oh, would have been less traffic. Oh, God. Oh, no! Racing with a wheel's hard. Why is it harder than a controller? I'm just gonna pick because I might as well. Self-punishment. Oh, God. When I started slowing, Neil was like parked early for pit entry, so I slowed way more, and I kind of threw it, and I threw it too much. I didn't want to rear end him because he was already mad at me. He stayed out though. Pro move.
Said realistic enough where things don't seem horribly wrong, but not so hardcore that an average Joe can't pick up and enjoy. Can be played for 15 minutes or 2 hours.
Yeah. No, it's a good aim, for sure. All right. Well, we just jumbled the whole field up there, including ourselves, I think, a bit. I mean, we're 32nd right now, so I guess not.
Ian, Silver Wolf 75, white. Said think how Dirt to Daytona drives in a way.
Dude, if you manage something like Dirt to Daytona, like, hats off to you. I'm not saying it's hard, I'm just saying it's, like, I think that'd be great. We need... Oh. Sorry, Kyle. We need a game with those sort of physics that's newer and has the right sort of passion and everything behind it. I just hope you're able to do what you want to do, because I know how hard game dev is, and I know how daunting it is, and even, like, sometimes it seems way easier than it actually is the other problem. Like, you'll be like, oh, I can make that, I could do this, oh, I figured this out, I should be able to... Ooh, I didn't realize Harry was down there. You know, you think you could do a lot more than you can. You're like, oh, this only took me a month, so that should only take me a month. And then before you know it, you're like, 24 months in, and you're like, what? I thought I could make this game in a year, and I feel like I'm halfway, and it's 2 years. So it's easy to do in game dev. It's easy to have happen. So I hope you manage to set your expectations to what you end up, like, time-wise, what you end up doing, because it makes it a lot less frustrating and a lot more enjoyable. Oh, there's still people that stay down under yellow and then pit under green. Yeah, okay, we are really messing up the running order then with that caution entering the pits. But I mean, like, even the game I released, Die Cook, that game took me about a year of my free time. Oh, my dad got offset too. Son of a gun. A lot of people did. Yeah, that game took me about a year, and when I started making it, I'm like, this should take me about 6 months. But there were a couple things that, like, you know, life got in the way here and there, and then just some elements took longer than I was expecting than others. Some of it was that I'd never made a game in Unity before, and so I was learning a lot of the nuances with Unity. That's why with the race manager, I want to make it in Unreal.
Said my main thing is trying not to scope creep myself.
Yes.
I have a lot of ideas, but I have to remind myself. Start simple.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Look, here's what you do with all your scope creep ideas. You say, if the core game's successful, DLC or second version or whatever, second release, that way you give yourself more motivation to make your first one pristine and complete and everything else. Like, it keeps you motivated on finishing that, because you're like, I want to get to this exciting stuff, to these ideas that are exciting. It's the only thing that's tough, though, is like the things you want to do, the things you can envision versus what you have in front of you at the time, what you have to work on next to step there. Those few steps don't seem exciting and don't seem fun ever. Even if they might be kind of fun ones, they still end up, when you're faced with them, they don't seem fun, which is the worst part of, I think, just being a human. And then the fun stuff, which is, you know, is way out. You have to kind of keep one eye on that to keep yourself pushing through the short steps that aren't fun. That's what I learned anyway from my dev time so far. A lot of times I'll be like, hey, you know, like, I'm looking forward to working on this, you know, one feature, but I'm not going to let myself dig into that feature until I finish this, and this. And that usually helps me to get through stuff that's not as fun. Alright, Larry Pearson blew up. And the Larry Hedrick car. So, I feel slower this run than I was the first run, but because of the way the yellows flew and everything, or my yellow flew, and the way the AI didn't pit versus did pit, we're running better than we were, positionally, but I'm not actually better than I was. So, I don't feel great about it at the moment. Alright, watch this. Oh yeah. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Oh god, now I got something in my eye. All the problems. Is Jimmy for position? Yes, he is. Okay. It seems like everybody up here is, pretty much. Alright. We'll stay after it. Try to focus on not ending up in the third lane. I think that's kind of the key to Dover on this game anyway, is just not overdriving to where you slide up to the third. I mean, you definitely want a diamond on this game, but not like... not the ridiculous diamond, not the crazy amount. Oh, sorry, Jimmy. I was diamonding. Slide job, kind of. It was on the brakes, though. It was weird. But I slid across his nose, it felt like. Actually, with the offset pits, we might be able to get a top 30 here. Wait, am I ahead of Jimmy Means? Oh my god, where's Jimmy Means? Okay, somebody in chat tell me where Jimmy Means is running. Oh, I see him. He's up there. Okay. Oh, God. Greg Sachs, why? Chopped on entry. Well, here comes some of the fresh tires that had pit on the green. Some of the faster drivers that had pit on the green. Now I'm missing my entries.
Gokuri's 2016. Sid means P25.
Jesus. He's kicking butt right now. He's our target for the sponsor goal, and especially after that Greg Sachs moment, I don't know. I don't know, not looking great for the minute.
Gokuri's 2016. Sid gets murdered CC. Stop killing your tires.
Oh. I mean, I'm not trying to. Well, now Jimmy's faster than us. Oh, maybe not. Maybe so. I'm holding them up. Alright, I gotta get back in my groove or something. Yeah, that was not good. It was a good save, but it wasn't good otherwise. Oh, you know what? I'm shutting the in-game... Hold on. I want to shut the in-game leaderboard off because it keeps... I keep thinking I'm more laps down than I am. And now that we have our own... Oh, it was at the top. Now that we have our own that works...
Silver Wolf 75, white. Said I noticed in this game when you have a driver to beat for sponsor objective, they run better than usual.
Do they? That's kind of fun. I don't know if that's just coincidence or if that's actually a thing, but that's kind of fun. I don't know if that actually ends up working the way it should in the mod version, though. Because, well, I guess it's still mapped to the same driver ID and car ID. I wonder if my rating idea, like my idea for getting around the ratings, if that would break. If I assigned all new driver IDs and car IDs and those drivers didn't exist anymore, if that would just completely break that sponsor objective. Okay, like, note to self, if I do have to go that route for driver ratings to try to fix them, that might be a problem. I'll have to test it. Alright, well, I got away from Jimmy Spencer again. That was something I noticed in, especially in Thunder 03, but it still is in 04, but not as bad. The AI, when you pass them, when they're like within a certain few car lengths of you, they go faster than they do when they're nowhere near you. But 03 was especially noticeable for that, especially when you took the lead in 03. I remember as a kid, like, if I ran a race in 03 and I, was running like, say, 5th, and I stayed out even just like 2 laps longer than anybody, then by the end of the race, I ran a lot worse. Just because those 2 laps I was out front, the AI went like way faster. But if I pit with everybody, I'd end up doing better, even if I lost time on pit road because of it being more crowded. But that's Thunder 03. 04, I don't think was nearly as bad with that sort of thing. I feel like it was more just proximity based. Like Greg Sachs throwing blocks and running his line. I leaned into him that time. I'm starting to not like him. And yeah, I know the picture's still wrong for people, but that's fine. I leaned into him that time. He did the same nonsense earlier, and it hurt us because I turned away from it. This time I turned into him at the last second. Oh, Means has fallen back to us. Okay. He must have just had a good few laps after the restart, because now he's right up there. nearing pit stops. I'm going to probably pit at 70, and then that leaves us with 55. 55. Minus, let's just say 3 for my lap's sake, so then 52. 70 plus 26. Yeah, well, he pit off sequence. Alright, so I'm going to pit right here, and then again on 96, and that'll be our last stop. I should have pit earlier, but that's fine.
Silver Wolf 75, white. Said one thing I prefer in this game compared to later games
not
in
pitting.
the EA series is the field actually spreads out majorly, even in shorter races.
Yeah.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said Ted P14.
Oh, Jimmy Horton still got up front, son of a gun. Dang it. I wanted to pit a lap earlier, but... Oh my god. The Jeff Bodine. Okay, we made it. That was ugly. Alright, crew. There it is. Oh gosh. Wow, take your time getting over the wall. Who's that? The rear changer. Oh, that's one of the in-game ones. It's not one of you guys. Okay, good stop. A little slow over the wall. We also just barely got out in front of Hut Strickland there. Got treacherous aprons with wheels. It's so funny to me that driving with a wheel feels more difficult and more on edge than driving with a controller. You'd think you'd have more control and it'd be smooth, but I don't know. In some ways you have more control, but in other ways I feel like I'm just driving more erratic as a result of just not being used to it versus being used to it. That's probably all it's coming down to. But it's fun though. I'm glad because I can scratch my face. I don't have to pause or hold the controller up to my face for a second. Like I took a drink earlier in the middle of the corner. You could never do that with a controller. Well, with a straw, I guess, but. Alright, we need to lay some lap times down because we got a shorter run. It's by splitting it here because we can't make it to the end, that's for sure. I think 35 laps is about as far as we can go. And that would put us at 105, which is 20 short, but we want to split it more evenly. So again, just double checking my numbers. I pit on lap 70. Well, I pit 71 actually, which leaves us with 30, 40, 54 to go. 54 to go, minus being about 3 laps down. Let's say 4 laps down. Leaves us with 50 to go, so 25 short of that. We'll pit it not 100 for us, but 90, yeah, 95, 96. Because when we're at 100, the leaders are at 104-ish. Dang it, I gotta pass Greg Sachs again, and after I pissed him off, or after he pissed me off. I need to get next to him before the corner is the big problem with it. Because if you wait till here, then they chop regardless. Maybe we could follow one of these fast guys past him. One of the front runners. I slowed down too much there. I drifted though. Dang it. Not gonna be able to follow him. See, normally in a sim, if I was like struggling with trying to set somebody up like this, I'd run my corner differently to try to make sure I got a big run on the exit or something where I can make a move. But they block so bad, you can't really and the way the physics are, where they're fast and slow, you can't really do it.
Laps Monday. Gaku Beast 2016. Said True.
Oof. Greg, you're holding both of us up, I hope you know. You're running stupid lines to try to block me, and I'm running stupid lines to try to set you up. Alright. Clean pass on a pissed off blocker that I got into twice already, so we'll take that. I'm still surprised how few cautions we have with the AI crashing. I know on Legend they don't wreck as much as the other difficulties, even with the updated settings that we have with the mod tool, but I swear when I first introduced that feature and tested it out, they wrecked way more often than they do now. But also, you know what, maybe it's because I ran shorter races and the game tries to fit like X amount of wrecks in a race. I've noticed that, like DNFs, actually what tipped me off to that, behind the scenes of my Days of Thunder video, my little Days of Thunder tribute video I did, when that got released, I used the mod tool to make a pack that literally just had me and Russ Wheeler for some of the clips, or me and Rowdy Burns, or whatever. Like, I had it limiting the field to just a few cars. And I had to change that, because when I literally did, like, Cole Trickle, Russ Wheeler only, so that I could record the Daytona stuff, Russ Wheeler blew up every time. And I set the race to, like, only 2 or 3 laps, so that I could get to the replay mode quickly and have the scenes I wanted to have. And he blew up every single time. And I'm like, well, shoot, I gotta get extra cars out here so somebody else blows up. So yeah, even if you run a super short race, the game tries to fit in like accidents, and it's weird. However they coded it, like they're events that will happen within the race length, regardless of the race length, and determined before the race starts. It's kind of how they do it. It's almost a little bit Final Destination-ish, if you think about it. But so I think because I tested that feature with 5% races, running 25%-ish now is like why we're not seeing it as much as I thought we would. Because I honestly was debating toning down how many mistakes and crashes they would have, because it happening every 5% race basically felt like it was way too often. So I was gonna tone it down for this career mode stream stuff, and I just thought, we'll run a few races and see how it is, and it seems like it's fine because it's just a longer race, so it doesn't happen as often. Come on, Baker, take the spot. I'm about 5-6 laps from pitting again. We're only just catching back up to Jimmy Spencer, though, for position. Spam! Spam, spam, spam. Well, who makes these spam bots that... Like, nobody's gonna believe that, or click on that, or go to that site, or whatever. Like, what kind of... I don't understand the point of spam bots that literally post stuff so obviously spam and nonsense that, like, what do they get out of it? Because it can't be anything. I always wonder with that sort of stuff. Like, who looks at that message and is like, oh my god, I gotta go to that site and get more viewers through this site, oh my god. Because somebody, like, they wouldn't do it if it didn't result in anything, so somebody's falling for it. I just don't understand how anybody could absolutely fall for that. Oy, oy.
Duddlebug 5 said this is a NASCAR moment for sure.
This is a NASCAR moment for sure. What does that mean? You need to elaborate because I don't know what you mean. Or I don't know what you're referring to anyway, exactly. Jeez, we're also turned into one late. Really late. I didn't hit him, but that was close. Dale's behind us. The leader. Oh, Rick Wilson's not mad anymore.
Said I don't know truly.
You don't know what you were referring to. What? What?
Ian, Silver Wolf 75,
Oh my God.
White. Said maybe they should try a mac and cheese bot instead. Then I might buy.
A mac and cheese bot. Alright, I'm going to pit again. Ooh, okay. Smooth entry, smooth entry, smooth entry. If we didn't have a weird yellow, I'd take 2 tires just because we're splitting this run shorter. But I don't want to fake advantage to the AI when, like, that yellow, my first yellow messed everything up. If the game's yellows fall weird, if the AI wrecks and it falls... That's our rear tire changer, Robbie Leva, who's not a real person. What is happening there? Oh my gosh, that was like 19.5 seconds. Needham, if you're still here... Oh god. Remember what I said earlier. If it matters, they will make mistakes. If I'm running last and it doesn't matter, they will do a flawless, fast pit stop every time. And the proof's in the pudding here. For the most part. I mean, I guess Ty Thunder made a mistake at Richmond, but when it didn't matter. Under yellow, when we were the only ones to pit. But this definitely mattered, and we got a mistake.
Doodlebug 5. Said also Dover Motor Speedway is a track. I don't know what to think about it though.
Okay. This is definitely a real track. Okay, Mike Potter.
Ian, Silver Wolf 75, White.
Whoa.
Said Dover is Bristol, but big.
That's why I like Dover. See, I just passed... This is proof to my theory. I just passed Mike Potter. No problem. Oh, God! Cope! I just passed Mike Potter, and he was definitely slower than us because I just got new tires, and he was already running in the back. So, like, easy pass. But then he went fast and set us back up, and...
Doodlebug 5. Said like what is Dover even? Is it a short track?
No, it's a mile.
It's kinda like an odd track like New Hampshire and Phoenix. Are they short tracks or?
No, none of them are short tracks. They're all mile or slightly above a mile for Phoenix. Yeah, no, they're just mile tracks. But mile tracks are usually they race like a high-speed short track or a slow-speed speedway. They're kind of a little of both, depending on the banking and the design. But Dover, like, you feel like you can attack the track like Atlanta, but it can bite you just as easily as Bristol. So it kind of has traits of both. It literally is just like a midpoint. But that's what I love about just oval racing in general, is like a lot of people write it off as like, oh, it's just going in circles, or oh, they're all the same, every track's the same. It's like, no, they're actually very different. Even if they look similar, they have such nuances between them usually. But that's also why I hate the cookie cutter tracks.
Said Michigan or Pocono.
Oh my gosh. Mike, I've had enough. I don't even care. I didn't mean to wreck him there, but I don't need you blocking me for not even for position, dude. Oh my god. And he's gonna run fast out of 4. Nope, okay, we got out of 4, good. Michigan or Pocono? which do I like better? Bumpy Pocono, like pre-repave Pocono, I loved. Post-repave Pocono, I'm gonna go Michigan. And early 90s Michigan over any Michigan. I know it like the track really hasn't changed much over the years, but the way the early mid 90s cars raced around Michigan versus how a Michigan race goes nowadays, like I'd take the past over today. I remember watching a late 80s Michigan race on NASCAR Classics a few years back. I don't even know why. Or maybe it was when NASCAR Classics first went up and I just ended up on it. But
said I usually class Michigan and California as super speedways, as even though as 2-mile tracks they could either Oregon. I'd rather have 6 big tracks than add more to the intermediate category.
Yeah, but to me, in my mind, I know it's not the case, but in my mind, super speedway is like you don't have to slow down unless the tires are really worn. Like if you can go flat out there by yourself, that's a super speedway. In my mind, that's how I've always classified them. I know that's not actually the case, but I don't know. I forget what I was saying before, but I guess I was still talking about old Michigan. Oh yeah, I watched the race from the 80s. There was so much action up front in that race in the first 50 laps of it. It was the most insane like first 50 laps of a race I've watched in a long time. They were racing like it was for the win right out of the gate. They didn't need stages. They didn't need nonsense to race that hard. But man, they were running so just all out early on, and it was so awesome. I don't remember exactly what year it was. It was definitely a late 80s Michigan race, but yeah, it was so good. Now, of course, later in the race, like they spread out and whatever, but just like it was nuts.
White said technically super speedway is anything over 2.0 miles, which includes Pocono and Indy.
Yeah, but you say that, but now they're calling Atlanta a super speedway since they repaved it. And Atlanta's not even close to it's one just 1.5. So why is Atlanta 1.5? Are we really this far back, or are they just not going to cycle completely? Man, these pit stops got weird.
Ian Silverwolf 75 White said, and now with new Atlanta being like Daytona but small, I think the categories need a refresh.
Yeah.
Gakabees 2016 said, in no universe will I call India SS.
That too. Indianapolis is a great example. Yeah, no, that's like I said, I like my definition. I'm obviously partial to it because that's what I thought it was my whole life, was like if you could run flat out around the track by yourself, don't hit Dad. Then that was a super speedway.
Call Daytona Diva and Atlanta drafting tracks.
Yeah, but see that makes the average fan or the casual fan think that drafting only happens at those tracks. Maybe.
I like to classify Daytona, Talladega, and Atlanta as drafting tracks since the racing style is so different. Gakabees 2016.
How about pack tracks? What if we called them pack tracks? My God, we lost so many spots from the pit crew. I still don't think they fully cycled yet, but man, we lost so many positions.
Gakabees 2016 said plate tracks.
Technically they run plates everywhere now. Basically, with the freaking motors and I'm pretty sure that's how they. I don't know. I don't know the rules, but I thought that was one of the ways they were restricting motors these days, was literally like basically a plate everywhere. Oh God. I had to turn into it or I was going to spin. I'm sorry, Brett, but I'm with Dick Trickle's picture for some reason. Alright, we're back in the top 35 with the pit cycling enough, despite our position losses from our pit crew. We might get a couple more yet. Yeah, that was one there, Jeff Purvis. We were catching him too, so that might have worked out anyway. Man, Rudd and Wallace battling for position for that top 5 really late in the going. It's kind of fun to see. Anything we can gain? No, probably not.
White. Said yeah, pack tracks work as well, as the old definition of Daytona and Talladega being the super speedways no longer holds now that a similar racing track of a significantly shorter length now exists.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Dale. Why did you turn out into turn 1? It's like you were whipping it into the dirt track or something. Ay. Oh god, now I'm drifting. Alright, well, we're going to get a top 35. We did not beat Jimmy Means, though, thanks to our pit crew mostly, I think. Oh, boy.
Not very many caution laps in this one.
No, I'd say the fans would probably have liked to see more excitement. I'm sure
Ian, Silverwolf 75, White. Said the Intimidator rattles your cage.
For no reason, though. Oh, there's the save! That looked really good on replay. Oh, and then Mike Potter, forget it. I want to see the save again. Was it real 3? No! I tried to go over. I hit slow mo, and then I tried to go over the next reel, and it clicked twice on me. Son of a gun. Welp. I guess that's that. Thanks, game. Alright. Earnhardt wins. Dominating fashion. I mean, Mark Martin led a lot early from the pole, but Earnhardt got him eventually. Rudd came from a bad starting spot to top 5. Buddy Baker drove through the field. Jimmy Horton, of course. Game, please, with your ratings. I need to find where the final ratings are, and I'm trying. The problem... The hardest part, by the way, just as a complete aside here, the hardest part about trying to find where the final ratings are is that everything up to this point that we've found, I know what the numbers are. I know what number I'm looking for in memory. And yeah, it might exist in 1,000 places in memory, but I know what number I'm looking for. The final ratings, I don't know what number it is. It's a calculated number. It could be a decimal. It could be 142.539 is the speed of Jimmy Horton in this race. I don't freaking know. So because I don't know the result number, the way I have to go about finding it is completely different, and so far not good and not easy, and I'm struggling, but I'm trying. I really like, this is the last, to me, this is like the last really big thing I want to figure out, because if we could get the ratings going the way we want them, or the way I want them, like, my god, it'd be so much better. Quickie 20th, Cope 21st with pitting off sequence. I mean, granted he started 19th, but oh man. Morgan Shepherd with a bad race. Harry Gant with a bad race. Yeah, I like the double clicking happens easier with this D-pad on my shifter. And my dad with a bad race, of course. Of course, because again, I don't think the ratings work properly for the cars that him and Tim Richmond are assigned to as well. But we've been over that. Okay, do we want to run one more? Let's see what our couple things are. So we just have the new chassis. God, do we really want to go to Bristol with a brand new car? We also have something being repaired right now. Nothing's being built. We'll start building one on the longer term time frame here. That's fine. I changed my profile so it doesn't bring up the... Why is it one on the new one? Oh, because it's on the other memory card. Because we removed the leaderboard is why that wanted to save. And we'll save the career here. Alright, we'll do a couple save states once the memory card's not busy. Okay. What do you guys think? Martinsville? Do we suffer or do we save the suffering? What's next up after that? So Martinsville, New Hampshire, Charlotte, Rockingham, and then we're pretty much there. And then I'm going to have to find something else to do on these streams until... I didn't realize Bill Elliott was that close to Mark. Oh man, we got a points battle. I know the pictures are wrong. It's fine. I do have other ideas, though, for what we're going to do on these streams until the 91 set is finished, but... Yeah, I guess we'll do one more. We'll run Martinsville. Okay. Let's close that out.
Dr. Beast 2016 said yes, suffer.
Yes, suffer. Hang on. I'm going to quick do this. I have one thing I want to do for the new textures, and that's... It'll load. Clear this thing out.
Ian,
and save it.
Wolf 75, white. Said go get yourself a clock and a hot dog.
I've had their hot dogs. I was the opposite of impressed, but I also don't like all the toppings, so like I got it fairly plain. Like I think I just added ketchup basically. So you know, a little bit against the grain there, but I did not have a good time at all. What the heck do I have Martinsville set? I have Martinsville at 85. I mean, that sounds specific. We'll try it. I have no idea. I don't remember. Make sure my right car is loaded. Oh, why does it say default? This menu, I gotta mess with that because that's wrong half the dang time. Okay. Finalize. Let's make sure we got the right drivers in. So Jimmy Horton did not run Martinsville, so there will be no sneaking up a good finish. Butch Miller did not either. Chad Little did.
Duddlebug 5
Mark Mass did.
said idea doing a stream where you go through every EA fantasy track and rank them somehow at the end of it.
I mean, that kind of plays into one of my ideas anyway, which was going to include the fantasy tracks of 04 anyway. So, I mean, I could just do that as an aside as part of it. I felt like I was forgetting something, but I guess I wasn't. Alright, so now let's deload the textures, reset the game, disable the cheats. Speed up the loading, slow it down at the last second to enable cheats, put the graphics on. I just realized my menu stuff for the 90s isn't showing up, or no, you know what, I think it's just because I reset the textures there. Hold on. Let's do that once more. Yeah, it's just because I reset them, so now they're good. Go. Wait, there's a button now? Wait, now it was waiting for a button from the wheel. You guys saw every other time I didn't press anything to go in. Now it's suddenly working the way you would expect it to. Alright, 100 car, 95, yeah.
Ian, Silverwolf 75, white. Said speaking of fantasy tracks, I had an idea of what fantasy tracks would have been in NASCAR 10 if it happened.
Like, besides the ones that they had in 9? Or do you just mean, like... You gotta elaborate on that a little bit. Let me check that. Pylon's up. Okay. Well, let's go qualify. Oh yeah, reset the wheel by turning each way. Oh, that wasn't bad braking for the first corner. Okay, it's not great for the second, but, or for, I guess, turn 3, not second corner. Oh god. I qualified 12th on the first lap? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Oh, this race is gonna be bad.
Silver Wolf 75, white. Said I know Chicago Pier would be carried over. There was artwork for a circular Coliseum circuit, and I have a hunch Devil's Canyon might have returned as it did in the 2010 Global VR arcade game.
I forgot about the 3D models for that Coliseum and stuff. All right, let me just double check because we had. I remember we. Yeah. Okay. The car was crazy loose last time here because it wasn't the default. So it was crazy tight, and we adjusted crazy loose for memes, and it was not the default setup anymore.
Said in the Global VR arcade games used EA assets, meaning there must be a high-quality Devil's Canyon somewhere.
Hello, everyone. We're glad you could join us in the
Fair enough. All right, let's see what MRN has to say.
on MRN. Barney, these pit crews will be busy all race long. Martinsville is known for great fender-to-fender racing.
Don't mind the textures reloading.
Car here at the end that doesn't have some damage, although oftentimes a guy who can manage to stay out of trouble all race long might get a ticket to victory lane for his effort. We'll see if that holds true when this one is all over.
The 11 car really finishes strong on all these tough short tracks.
He's definitely been
They don't have Jeff Bodine's name?
so far, you're right, but he still has to stay out of trouble and
I
take
guess
care of
not.
the car in this race.
Ken Schrader has earned over 20 pole positions during his NASCAR career.
Schrader's always been pretty good in qualifying, especially in the late 80s and early 90s. In 1993, he started 8 of 30 races from the front row, and when you're not working your way through traffic, a good finish is a lot easier.
The Sears Craftsman car is having some trouble in the points this year.
Well, there's always going to be someone who has to fill in the bottom of the points list. Of course, none of these guys want to ever see their name there. Sometimes it's just not your season to shine.
Also, just a reminder, the paint scheme I'm running now, I made in the paint tool that I released recently. And I did get a nice update for 2003 paints, thanks to Off-Zero mostly.
Marcis P6 Lesville.
Oh god, that jet's not from the right time. Alright, here we go. I was afraid to run into turn 1 too hard. Now, I'm going to look like my dad on the standings here, where we're just going to probably fade really quick, maybe. Oh, or we're just going to spin right the hell out. Or we're going to get spun out by Morgan Shepherd.
Silver Wolf 75, white. Said also the Global VR arcade games and the Xbox 360/PS3 EA NASCAR games were based on the NASCAR sim racing engine.
Oh, okay. That's fair. Oh, God. Well, based on the engine is a little different than what they were planning on doing, but yeah. It's the only info I guess we truly have. Okay, we're actually, like, we got a gap right now. Oh, Rob Moroso's up here too. That's cool. Jeez, doing a lot of counter steering. The wheel on the screen does not do justice completely for the, wow, thanks Morgan, for the wheel input that is going on physically. no! No, 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 no. Thanks. I just shifted into reverse. I panicked downshifted. It's a good thing I didn't jump at the gas till I was... Oh my god, till I was certain. Oh, Dad, no! Ah, I just got stuffed into the wall by my own dad. Oh! Davey was like, well, if he could do it, I could do it. God. Oh, Dick Johnson's here. Oh! I did the pit wall thing not unintentionally with... Oh, why just... Oh, this is the only problem with wheel input.
Gakube's 2016. Said glad to know I'm not the only one who gets murdered here.
The wheel input skipped the replay. That was... Oh gosh. That was the 89 of... I actually normally run pretty well at these at Martinsville for versus what most people get here, but with a wheel I'm struggling. Rodney Combs? Is the 89? Oh gosh. I'm just not used to the braking enough to be consistent here yet.
Nascar Thunder. Said just put some poor fool in the barrels, LOL.
I didn't put him there. We didn't hit. Why is my car so loose? Alright.
Silver Wolf
I'm
said
tightening it up.
White. Said that is mostly theory crafting based on what information is available. Not saying Devil's Canyon would return, but there is enough where you can connect dots and make at least
I gotcha.
a use case.
Ty, you messed up a pit stop earlier. I just want you to know. Again. But it didn't matter. We were the only ones on pit road. Okay, let's... I know I'm normally like no adjustments, but it's undrivable on pit entry. Alright, here's the crew. You guys can mess up this time. No pressure. Yep, here it comes.
Thunder.
Doink.
Said again.
Yeah. Yep. I think you're up to 3. I did have a 3 strike rule, but I didn't fire you because the rear changer is making more mistakes, as you just saw. I'm probably gonna fire him. Quicker. Why did that seem sped up? That was weird. Oh, boy. Great. How mad are you? Whoops, that's the wrong button. Okay. You're not, like, kill me mad yet. Well, now you are. Now you're probably... Yeah, oh god. I just leaned on his left rear, and he gained so much. That was nuts. Oh, well, Mike Potter hates us. Excuse me. Oh god, buddy. Buddy. Oof. Okay, well, our fresh tires are making us look good right now, but I'm also getting a little more used to the braking. Also tightening it up made the braking, I don't know, less troublesome, I think. No, maybe not. It still wants to drift on braking. Why is this worse with a wheel than a controller? Why is it harder to drive? I swear I'm fine with the braking at Martinsville with a controller. Buddy. Oh. Okay. We didn't hit anybody there. We just braked a lot. Locked them up a bit. Alright, so offset tires and we're like going almost nowhere. We're slowly moving forward because of how early they slow for turn 3, and that's it. That was good. That was bad. Stop talking about Potter. He's way too far back to be worried about right now. Whoop. Jeepers creepers. I'm very focused right now. Trying to. I wish they went a little slower into 1 and a little faster into 3, and then I think you'd have the AI fine here. They go into 1 really fast, and they go into 3 really slow. Oh! No! Thanks, Chad. I'm sorry. Oh no! And they kept piling in, and we're on the lead lap still. And the being in the throttle for the wheel, this is the biggest downside. I'm getting off the throttle as I take the yellow, and it still takes it as an input for skipping the replay, so we missed the replay because of it. Excuse me. Sorry. Nobody pit again. Alright. But I'm like, I feel like talking with that would sound worse. Hey, front tire changer. Guess who that is, Ty? I'll give you one guess. I mean, that was a lug nut issue. You had to get an extra lug, so you maybe dropped one. Oh god, I'm glad I saw that in time. They parked it on the straightaway there. You're up to 2 mistakes on this stream. Out of 3 races. Wait, was that the 89 that blew up? Did he come back? I swear that was him that was just in pit road. Oh god. Because he ran in the barrels and had flames shooting out. Sorry. Wow, he didn't even get mad. Okay, well, there goes my short track theory on the stat thing from earlier, because Davey Allison's still way back here, so they still have it coded that Biffle's car cannot run better than or as good as its stats. Ty, I might try to enlist your help if you're up for it, of trying to figure out where the final driver ratings for the individual races are calculated to in memory. I know that's outside of your realm of database stuff, but you're at least familiar enough with the other stuff that maybe we'd be able to figure it out. Because I tried for quite a few hours to figure it out on more than one occasion now, and I'm struggling. Outside lane. Oh, not if you miss the corner. Oh, they parked it. They parked it way early. Okay, we're okay. We're okay. Okay, Neil's mad, but not like super mad currently. I'm not trying to go 3. I just offset so I didn't murder him right away. I don't know if Jimmy's mad. Jimmy's mad enough. Jimmy's still there. Jimmy's still mad. Jimmy, come on. Yeah, the 89's back. The 89's back. And he ran into me. Look at his front end smashed in. He came back from killing the barrels and being on fire. I've never seen a car come back from being on fire. I didn't think that was a thing they did. Oh, we got a yellow. Oh, there's debris up there. Oh, alright, I'm not going to skip it this time because there's a delay from when I hit the line to when it plays the replay. But it's just off Chad Little's. I didn't realize I'd... Oh yeah, he got rear-ended after he straightened us out with the front end. Oof. Now I can't skip the yellow. What is happening? Or the replay. That was weird. Before it was skipping just because I was on the gas when it took over, but... Alright, now everybody's going to pit, no surprise. Which means we're going to go backwards again when we go green. Alright, now let's see how you guys do. Oh god, the bottleneck. Rodney Combs not pitting. He's going to be up front. It's probably going to cause some slowness up there. Who's peeling out? Do you guys hear that? It was subtle, but there was like just a looping, skidding sound effect going on there. Oh, I forgot to change my view back. Oh, some people still didn't pit? Oh my god, this race is going to be so messed up thanks to my darn yellows. And they restarted us in 4th gear. Thanks, game. In what world would I want to restart in 4th gear at Martinsville as I almost make Jimmy madder than he is? Darn it, we got to pass Jimmy again. At least you guys didn't mess up in the pits. Okay, we'll get him on the turn 3 checkout. Try to get away from him. We made a clean pass on him, so he shouldn't be mad. However, mad enough to hit us. He should be a 58 now, not a 60. Jimmy Spencer, that is. Well, however, Derek Cope is a 60. We'll get him on the turn 3 checkup as well. We're going to piss off Jared a little bit. That's okay. Rodney Combs holding up the line is helping us. No! I tightened you up! Set up! Okay. Spared. I was in reverse and hitting the gas and it just took over. Restarted in 4th again. Thanks, game. Oh, gosh. It's just once you're sliding, you're done for here. I am still being hooked by Jerry. Don't get mad at me for that. You did that, sir. Oh, it's just going to be loose on entry now, the whole rest of the tire run. Alright, all the braking in a straight line. I'll just run a little bit worse than I have been as a result. Okay. You guys parking it on the straightaway. Oh yeah, because Combs is up front again. Alright, all the straight line braking. It's just what we're gonna have to do because it just gets loose on entry braking. Ooh. Oh, why are you parking that much? I know the 89's up there, but the bottom lane was parking too. More debris. More debris. Oh. Oh, that time it was off of Combs. But he came back. He repaired. Yeah, I can't skip... Okay, so I can skip the whole thing by accident, but I can't skip it once it starts for some reason. I'm still not going to pick because we don't need to. Now it's showing the points. Alright, got to downshift right away. We're just approaching halfway right now, guys. I just want to point that out.
Gokkevies 2016. Said Combs going 50 miles per hour.
Yeah. He's combing the outside lane. Oh, why, Kyle? Ah, Jesus. I was fine running the outside for a few laps on the restart. Why'd you have to change lanes to the right, Kyle? You were showing like you were going to run the bottom, and then you just decided to come up right before braking. Oops. Oh, Moroso just sent in more 3. Oh, God. Oh, God. How? How am I supposed to avoid that? Again, I'm not trying to skip the replays. If I'm in the gas and it takes over, the gas registers as me hitting the skip, so... Trust me, I want to see them as much as you guys. But, that's what it is. I'm pitting this time because we smoked the tires too much. And we lost... Oh, wait, I have speed up on. And we lost spots there, so... I mean, we didn't lose too many. Oh, rear gun jam. I mean, I can't blame him for that. That was the gun. Smashing it into the ground worked, though. Hurry up, we gotta beat that pace car. Hurry up! What are we waiting on? We're still out of it. Okay. Wait, we're still lead lap, aren't we? Because of my stupid yellows. Petty was in the grass there. Alright, they're going to park turn 1. Big time. Oh, Means, why are you down here? Another lane out there. Ow, there's another lane out there. Jimmy? Then he hit the wall. Okay, maybe that's why he's not out there. Fear of wall. Oh, I'm sorry, Dick Johnson. Okay, we didn't hit. I started getting loose on entry, and I was like, this is not going to go well. But we stayed off him. Alright. I need to stay focused on braking in a straight line in this game. Cannot try to run the brake through to the center like you should be able to without it just wanting to buck around. You cannot drift at this track or save a slide at this track like you normally would. You get a little bit out of shape and you're pretty much done. I'm not trying to go 3 wide. I'm just trying to take it easy back here. I mean, if we finish about where we are now, we should do better than that. But if we did, for some reason, If I didn't make any more enemies in the process, I'd be fine with it. Oh, my dad's not even my ally anymore after stuffing me in the wall. Oh god. And I almost... Jeez. Okay, I almost murdered him into 3, so he can be mad. Okay. I'm sorry. Well, now we're even. You put me in the wall and I dodged you into 1. No! Rodney Combs caused that. He's blocking! Harry, I'm sorry. Okay, now we got clear track of Combs, so... And I don't think we're going to have any more debris yellows. Which is good. Should be able to actually get a race going now.
2016. Said 3 wide with Dad at Martinsville AAA.
Well, we were 3 wide earlier and he put me in the wall, so, you know, why not get on the bottom side of the battle and give it back, I guess. Missed turn 1, downshifted too many times. I'm a mess. I got room to breathe. I just need to brake in a straight line. I just need to brake in a straight line. Wow, he turned in late. He brake late, turn in late.
Gawker East 2016. Said Dale P22 sack.
He pit off sequence. There were a couple of guys that were up front that pit off sequence weirdly. He'll probably get back up there before it's over. We're only just past halfway here, it seems like. A little bit further in. Why does it get so squirrely on braking? This is ridiculous. There's no brake bias adjustment you can make in this game, and you gotta turn in at some point. I'm learning, like, I'm having to learn bad habits for actual racing. Because of this, the way this drives. Also, I'm now slow as heck, because I can't get freaking slow. Oh, jeez. So I'm, like, scared of the corners. Well, we made it past halfway at being on the lead lap at Martinsville. But only because of my own, oh god, ridiculousness. People pitting there. Harry Gant went in. I would not trust pitting under green because I am just going to end up spinning out again probably at some point. Or, Mark, I gave you the bottom. Or just, like, getting shoved into turn 1 by the leaders. Alright, I gotta be extra careful because now I'm the first car lapped. There, that's how you straight line it. You point the car and then you brake. That's what you need to do. Yeah, he might get back up there yet. I mean, there's people pitting now, so it's really all out of whack. Oh. Oh no, it did the pit exit thing. Or did Chad Little lose more debris? No, I think it did the pit exit thing and... Oh, Kenny! Wait, why did the game take over there? Yeah, it did the pit exit thing with the second stall. Why did he exit into the grass? He's like... Oh, Chad. He has his rear panel there. He didn't before. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, we are the first car lapped. I mean, the bright side is it was mid-pit cycle, so we gained a bunch of extra spots from that. But the downside is we're the first car lapped. Isn't... But it was the second to last stall. I think that's Bill Elliott's stall normally. Fittipaldi's the last stall. I could be wrong. Dang it. Why did it have to be when we're the first car lapped? I mean, my dad got to stay on the lead lap, so good for him, I guess, but... God, that did not help us at all.
Gakube's 2016. Said you right.
Flawless pit stop, guys. Well, wait. Why was it 21 seconds then? I mean, I guess I have damage, but it shouldn't have been 21. That was a lot. I mean, it don't matter. We're lapped. Oh, no, I did lose positions. There are some fast guys that are lapped with us. I just realized on the pylon. Thanks for starting me in fourth again, game. Oh, my God. No. Like, our rival's right behind us, and he shoved me into turn 1, which pissed Rusty off. I need to get away from him, Rusty. I need to get away from him. Oh, God. Okay, he's in the high lane. Potter went to the high lane. I forgot about Potter. I pissed him off. At Dover and more so here. Granted, all I did here was just touch his left rear a little bit. Or no, was that me? I forget who I don't know. There's so many people in this race. I think that's all. He doesn't really have damage, so it must have been... That must be the one I'm thinking of. He was already a little mad from Dover. And so was I. Wow, we got away with a little bit of door contact with Jarrett there. Oh, Greg. Okay. Sorry. I think that was more my fault than yours. It's so funny that Potter restarted right behind us and just shoved us into turn 1. I thought I would just... No. Oh my God, we caught a slide. I thought I just hit the brakes too early or something. Wait, is our rear panel flapping? Oh no, okay. I didn't think we had that bad of damage, but I thought I heard it. Cope, turn into the corner. He's just not mad enough to hit us, and I'm gonna ruin that. Or not. Oh, gosh. Trying to not make more enemies. We just got the one, Mr. Potter. Mr. Potter. Oh, okay, we got 2. Sorry. Morgan Shepherd is like, hey, remember me? I'm mad. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. This is all bad. The freak out of here. Get the heck out of here. Oh, I almost got destroyed into turn 1. I slowed down too much, I think, that time. Do it, don't do it, don't do it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, let's just let him go. Oh, God. Why? I let the angry guy go and I got... Oh, no. And now we got the other one. Okay, go ahead. Oh, no! No! I barely hit the wall. Is that board right? Did that just inadvertently give Tim Richmond his win? Frick.
He stayed in the fight all race long. Things just never quite went his way.
The 7 car didn't do anything to improve his standing with the other drivers.
There's where he got mad. That little bit of doink doink on the left rear.
Feathers are bound to get ruffled. Maybe after some time to cool off, they'll be back to racing with clear heads.
We hope you enjoyed today's broadcast of NASCAR Winston Cup Racing on the voice of NASCAR, MRN. We'll see you next week in New Hampshire.
I win. Potter went in the corner harder because he was going to run in the back of us. Let's see if we can get a... Oh my God. And then we just... Look out, Earnhardt. Game just took over and ran us across into traffic instead of keeping it against the wall. So I went in and I tried to just give Potter the lane to let him go. And I was looking in my mirror so much I didn't pay attention to my angle that I was completely missing the frickin' turn entirely. And it just murdered us. How is Potter not on this list? He hates us now. Yep, so the pylon's right.
Gaku Beast 2016. Said hate paper mache at Martinsville.
Yeah, I mean, I hit at a bad angle.
Said Hexen game.
I hit at a bad angle, but I didn't think our car was that bad either. So that makes our most interesting finishing order for terrible reasons. Frickin' Potter ends up 6th. Tim Richmond winning, awesome. Neil Bonnet 2nd, awesome. Bobby Hill and Greg Sachs, Buddy Baker, and then frickin' Potter. Morgan Shepherd top 10.
Said what a hot top 10.
Yeah, that's the only thing I hate about DNF, or the thing I hate most about DNFing is how much it messes up the finishing order for this game. I mean, my dad got a top 20 though. I guess there's that. Earnhardt finished where he ran, but then like Mark and others joined him. But now that's gonna. Bill was back there too. Actually, those guys kind of finished close enough together. I don't think that'll kill the points either. Hut Strickland led a lap. And then Rodney comes back from being like blown up in the barrels. Why can't I come back from being blown up? From that little bit of right front. Just hook up an oil line or whatever. Well, actually, then it piled me across the track. So I guess it got worse. That'd be fun, though, if you could come back with a beat-up car. I mean, I say fun. It's fun to only, like, people who are weird like me. Oh. Alright, let's save it before anything else. I hate how loose the car is under braking. I think that was my big issue that caused me to wreck a bunch, which caused me to piss off people, which caused me to wreck more. I really think if it wasn't loose on braking, I think I'd have been able to manage that race just fine. We went pretty far, pretty well. Alright, so, oh, yeah, our engine condition is low. Boy, I wonder why that is. And we have to run it for 2 more races. Well, we got a flat 50 engine that's terrible. New body. Oh, wait, I could... Yeah, let's repair that guy. Oh, goodness me. Oh, yeah, we can't do that yet. We gotta wait 2 more races before we can get the chassis going, too. And then that's going to be done just in time for that. Well, let's see what our standings look like now. So, why are your pictures wrong? Oh, because they're not loaded. They need to reload. Okay, now that's right. I forgot I had to reset the textures. And I didn't restart the emulator, but I should have. So Mark Martin, 15 points over Bill Elliott. It's coming down to the wire for those two. Jeff Bodine's not out of it yet. Rusty Wallace, 4th. Kawicki, 5th, way back. Rudd. Kawicki, Rudd, and Earnhardt are all pretty close. Actually, and Marlin, all 4 of them are close. Then a big gap to Mikey, who's really close with DW, battling for 9th. And a big gap to Derek Cope, 11th in points. And we are now, we're 34th. What's our average at? Is there any stat that brings us up? This is one thing they changed from 03 to 04 that I hate. 03, when you went to the stat screen, it defaulted to you. Okay, we're still at 34 or something. That's fine. We did 201 at some point somewhere, apparently. Oh, and then let's see who got... Oh, Mike Potter hates us. Well, he doesn't make all the races, so maybe we'll be alright. So move of the race at Martinsville was DW. Also, Rookie of the Race is broken. Oh, that's a problem because that means we're getting that bonus all the time. I didn't think about that till now. My rookies got reset somehow, and I need to look into that because I forgot about that. It might have been because I was messing with the 2025 pack, but it reset my rookies, so I didn't think about the award money. Dover, Musgrave got move of the race, and Tim Richmond got move of the race at Richmond. So that's fun. Yeah. I need to fix this though. I'll have to look into that, why that wasn't triggering anymore. We'll save the game because I made some changes in the garage. Well, unfortunately, I was expecting the wheel to be a lot better, and it really wasn't. It was the same or worse. But next time we got New Hampshire, which is in place of North Wilkesboro, because there's nothing like Wilkes except Richmond, and we don't run more and more Richmond. So New Hampshire, Charlotte, and then Rockingham will be next time, and then we'll have or just 2 of those, and then we'll have 2 or 3 to finish it at Phoenix, Atlanta. And once that's finished, honestly, that'll probably finish right before my honeymoon vacation. So that'll be good timing. But when that's finished, obviously until the 91 pack is ready, we can't continue the new season. But I have a few ideas. We'll still we'll enable retirements, see what they would have been. I still want to do that because Tim Richmond and my dad will be based on when the game says they retire, which may be a while. So this can be fun. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this one. I have other fun stuff. It might be more Thunder 04. It might not. We'll see.
Sentai 5 stream.
Yeah, thank you 5 stream. Thank you 4 stream. No, I got it. Yeah, no problem, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for popping in and hanging out, and anybody watching after, thank you as well. Appreciate all your guys' support, whether it's through lurking, hanging out, whatever. Any of that, it's much appreciated. So we'll stay after it. We're gonna hit some better tracks, I think, for me coming up. So maybe we'll have a little more fun next time than the Martinsville Mayhem. But I'm sure that made for a fun watch, just not for the right reasons.